So we have been in business since January of 2018. We actually started at the community center here in Chelsea to see if there was a real need for gymnastics in our community, and we quickly learned that there was. And so that's when we moved to our previous space, and then of course we've grown into this one. We moved to Chelsea in the summer of 2017 from Birmingham, and our children had just turned 4 years old. So I was looking to enroll them in gymnastics myself. And I was so excited to go ahead and start that journey for them because I was in the sport for 20 years myself and I coached for 12 years. So it meant a lot for them to be able to experience all the benefits that gymnastics gives them. And I was really sad when I didn't see that we had anything local. One of my goals when we moved to Chelsea was to have as much of our life in and around Chelsea as possible. So driving outside to another city wasn't really an option for us. Because of my background and experience, I decided we should bring it to Chelsea. I wanted to have it at our home. So I couldn't have picked a better city because since we've moved here, I instantly felt like we were home forever, where I didn't have that feeling in any of the other towns or cities that I had lived in. So this particular community has meant a whole lot to me. We started teaching swim lessons as soon as we moved here. I just picked up that business and brought it right into Chelsea. And that's when I started meeting a lot of wonderful families before my own children were in school. And I saw that this was exactly where I wanted to be with gymnastics. So we started out in a space that was a third of this current gym size. And we stayed there for about a year and a half. And at the beginning of 2020, we found this current gym space and we were excited to move in during spring break. However, that was held up because of COVID. So instead we moved in May and we opened June 1st to our summer classes, serving everyone with all the COVID precautions such as social distancing and 6 feet apart and everything. But in order to get to this space, we had a lot of growing to do beforehand. So we were up to about 85 gymnasts at our previous location, which is in the same parking lot as here. So that was super convenient for us to move so close. And it was a big dream to be able to transition to a more full-size gym where we could have more spring floor, a lot more balance beams, a lot more bars, more boys equipment, our big resi pit, and everything else that we've added. We've got our pro shop and a number of events such as Parents' Night Out and birthday parties that we do regularly. It was amazing when we opened that summer. I thought nobody's bringing their kids because of COVID. We'll have our super low number, but we're gonna have a lot of fun anyway. I knew how much the children needed this, and so we were super excited to be able to serve them. Well, it was amazing because we had our biggest summer ever. Our summer camps were super successful too. And by the time we got to fall, our enrollment had already doubled from what it had been at our previous location. We reached almost 200 gymnasts in a month this year, and we have only kept growing from there. So I would say that this move was the best decision that we could have made for Chelsea and our community because we're able to serve so many more gymnasts, boys, girls, as well as adults, and offer them so many different kinds of fun events and camps and extra things for them to do. So we just love having everybody here in this space. During COVID, we were able to serve a lot of our gymnasts still through online classes. You know, we couldn't be in person, but still getting together and having children be able to see each other and interact with each other and still do some of their gymnastics at home in their own spaces was really invaluable when we were locked down. And I feel like being able to come to the gym following all those necessary protocols helped everybody's mental health. Kids missed each other so much. The majority of their learning is actually absorbed through physical interaction. So that's a part that they had been missing having to be at home for so long. So when we opened in June of 2020 in this new space, we had everybody 6 feet apart. All of our staff wore masks or face shields at all times. And we were able to keep everybody moving and benefiting from being around each other without actually being too close to each other. So I felt like we had a lot of trust from families coming into this They knew that we were going to be diligent about washing hands before. We didn't let parents even step foot in the front door so that we could minimize as much traffic and interaction as we could. But kids washed hands, they would come to the floor, we'd all spread out so we could do our warm-ups and stretches just like we've always done. We divided into our groups so that we could rotate around. If everybody took their water bottles with them as well, so that we didn't have as much back and forth traffic to go get those. And then of course we washed again at the end of it. Of course our staff did lots and lots of cleaning and disinfecting throughout each and every day between classes whenever we could. And I feel like it was a huge success. We got a lot of trust from a lot of families, knowing that we were doing everything that we could to keep children safe, but also to continue to help them thrive in the culture that we are currently in. I'm sure all of you have seen a lot of the Olympic coverage. You're all aware of how fabulous our gymnastics team has done, and we are so proud of them. One thing that I would like to point out is that there has been a growing trend of adult gymnasts. If you've noticed, our Olympic gymnasts are much older than they have been in past years. And that's because the culture of gymnastics is truly changing, and we are so excited to embrace all of that positivity that they are bringing. They're learning how to take care of their bodies better, to nurture themselves so that they are stronger athletes for longer and later in their lives. And so I'm thrilled that we offer adult gymnastics. It doesn't matter if you've never done gymnastics before or if you've competed in the past. We are super excited to have you in the gym so that we can help you reach all of your potential. We also have a wonderful boys gymnastics program. And I want to say, gymnastics is not just for girls. Boys have just as much the opportunity to do gymnastics in our gym. So we would love to have any of your children come and join us. Because we're growing so much here in our current gymnastics building, we are expanding all of our programs. And because of that, we need your help. We are looking for more gymnastics instructors. We're looking for an event coordinator, and we're also looking for a recreational coach as well as a team coach. So if you have any interest in working with children, brightening their days, and helping to empower them so that they can become much stronger mentally and physically, equip themselves with the benefits that gymnastics brings, we would love to have you as part of our team. We're located right off of Old Highway 280 here in Chelsea. We're in Chelsea Village, right past Subway, on your way to Highway 11. And our address is 10699 Old Highway 280, Building 2, Suite 2, Chelsea, Alabama. Our phone number is 205-910-3668, and our website is sarabethgymnast.com.